Hello Simsters, it's Kaylin Shaner and welcome back to my channel. I was in the mood for another speed build. Okay, so that's mildly a lie. I wasn't in the mood to speed build so much as I was in the mood to tweak the dream house that I had made for Sim Kaylin and Sim Andrew. I did a little bit of gameplay in that house when they went to see the house with the realtor and happened upon Dason and her family in the plane crash nearby. And after playing in it for a little bit, I wasn't sold. So I went to the build and just sort of looked at it for a while and was like, what can I do to this? I like it, but it just doesn't feel like me. There's aspects about it that I really like. I really loved the kitchen, and I liked what I did with making like a little island and the pool. And there were things like that I liked, but it just didn't seem like something that if I were searching to buy a house, which hopefully I will in the future, me and Andrew, but it's not really on the to-do list right now. But if I were searching for a house, I wouldn't look for one like that. So I saved it to the gallery so I could get it back in case I didn't like what I was about to do. And I built an entirely new house. And it kind of just started off as an experiment, just to see if I would like anything I came up with enough to replace the old one, but I wasn't confident that I was going to be able to manage that, but I just decided to play around with it. And the longer I worked and the more I built, I kind of fell madly in love with it. So I hadn't really played with terrain tools at this point, and so I decided to give it a go. I think I tweaked a little bit on the duplex and sort of built up the land around the house there. But other than that, I really hadn't done anything with terrain tools. So I decided I thought it would be really cool if there was like a separate level for the garage and for the front door. So I started off with just that idea and worked off of that. I had also seen on like Pinterest and Facebook and even one of my dad's friends when I was a kid, they had like a part of the house where they had built up the ground, like added dirt to it and then grew grass over it. So there was a mound over the side of the house, so it kind of looked like it was underground a little bit, and I really love that. So I'll play with that later in the build. And I like the way that turned out. What I didn't like was that I couldn't get the terrain tools to go all the way up the side of the house. There's a little gap there, which is super annoying, but it turned out okay. So we're in Windenburg. We're in the like on the original lot where the old dream house was, the 64 by 64 lot on the island of Windenburg, and so I wanted to keep it sort of Windenburg-esque with this sort of German-looking, like Old Town German slats on the walls, the wooden slats, and I also really like the idea of having like a brick entryway and it being sort of posh but also sort of modern, so like modern posh. So I'm using a lot of stuff from I think it's Get Together pack, and then the idea for like the posh modern, I think I used some stuff from Get Famous. And then here I actually saw in a James Turner video from Sim Supply where he was doing a collab with one of the Sim gurus, the dev, like the I teach a dev how to build in The Sims kind of thing, and he was showing him like all the cool tricks you could do, and they had actually built a room inside of a roof, and I had no idea you could do that you could add doors and stuff. I think I'd added windows before. I'm trying to do that here, but there's no like curved windows that really achieved what I wanted with that exact curve. So I abandoned that and added some smaller windows because I wanted it to be like a whole, like just make the whole thing glass, but I couldn't do that. but you can stick doors in the wall, like you can windows, into a roof, so you can like put stuff in there, and I just thought that was so cool. This is another thing I saw on Pinterest and like Facebook and stuff, just cool building ideas, like pictures and stuff for that in real life, where they had like a walkway from one part of the house to the other, and I loved that. So I did that with sort of a little greenhouse look with it all really glass and everything. And I love the glass roofing in this game, especially the kind with like the curly Q designs, like the extra fancy one. But I hate that when it's, you know, like high noon and the sun's beating down straight on it, it creates all these shadows and stuff, because you don't really get that from the windows. It just lets in the sunlight, and I've never really noticed. I guess, you know, as I'm looking at it now, there's like lights and stuff, but it's never as drastic as that. I guess because there's no super fancy windows that do the like as much of that as the glass roofs. So I didn't want to use a lot of it. I used a lot of it in the last dream house build that I did, that I put on the like saved to the gallery, but it's not public, like saved to my library. But I love it, but I don't love it that much. So here I'm trying to build a back patio, and I really didn't think that this house isn't huge. It's large, but it's not huge, so I really didn't think I was going to end up taking up much room on the 64 by 64 lot. But I really did with that extra long driveway in the front and the really long, or not long so much as wide, but that large patio on the back. And here I'm playing with the stair tools. I love the new stair tools so much. They don't do as much as I would like them to do, but the fact that we finally got them is amazing, and I am obsessed. I wish that I could do a spiral staircase, even if it was like a blocky one where it was more square than spiral. The fact that it would wrap around would be really nice, but because of the height clearance, I did a video where I was playing with that, and I could not get it to do it. You can get it to sort of curve around up to the point where it would pass under itself, and then you couldn't do it anymore, and that is just so annoying. But I would also like it if there was curvature, but, you know, can't dream too big. It is The Sims 4. But, so I'm playing with the stairs, and, oh gosh, there's a wall missing there. I fix that later. I'm definitely positive I fix that later. But I wanted this tower, like this turret. I've always loved turrets. I've always thought it would be really cool to have a house with a turret. And this build was definitely, I went in thinking, what would I build for myself? What are some of the features that I've seen online and in real life that I would love to live in, like I would look for in a house for myself? And I love turrets. So I built this turret on the back of the house, and I wasn't really sure what to do with it at first. And then it kind of became, oh, well, a bathroom would go really nice here. And then there was that top one, and I really liked that it was 3 levels high, but I wasn't sure what to do at the top because getting stairs up there was just almost impossible without the stairs being in the middle of the bathroom. So I ended up making a little walkway, so it isn't covered. You do have to go out into the elements. If it's raining, you do have to walk outside to get up to that little top part of the turret. But I didn't want to just nix it and make it 2 levels, because then it wouldn't stick up from the back of the house and you couldn't see it from the front of the house, like sticking up at the back. And I loved that look, so I left it at 3 levels. And here I am jumping all over the place. I really wish I'd stayed in one room. And that stove I used is, real quick, that stove I used is actually custom content. I will link the description below, link it in the description below. I can't remember off the top of my head who it's by, but I will definitely look it up and link it below. I use a lot of custom content in my builds, a lot. So if you ever want me to do like a custom content haul video, I will definitely do that. Let me know in the comments below. But that is actually from a canning mod where I was looking for more stuff to do for my Sims. Because my Sims in particular aren't super athletic. And even if they were, there's only so much, like you can do basketball, I think, and like maybe ice skating. And there's just not a lot for The Sims to do. Like, you can go out to eat and like go to clubs and stuff, but I just wanted more activities. And I found this canning mod, and I think there was also candle making and some stuff like that. And the stoves for the canning mod are freaking gorgeous. And it says that it has so many points in cooking, like it'll give you this high amount of good food. I didn't praise that very well, like this quality of food. And so I assumed that my Ether could on it. I actually later went in and did a test run. Here I'm doing the island thing again. I love the island in the pool. But I did a test run with my Sims to make sure they could use everything, and they can't actually cook on that stove. Now, I don't know if that's just what the mod creator intended, or if I was, like, I put it in the wrong place or something. But I couldn't actually use it, but I loved it so much, so I left it in and just added a second stove off to the side. And sort of just like, in my mind, it's just like all one stove put together. So I had to leave them in there. I loved it too much. So right now I'm just kind of looking over what I did, and then now I'm adding that mound of dirt that I've seen on houses where it sort of looks like it's underground a little bit. And I had such a hard time getting this to look the way I wanted it to, because I had never used terrain tools before, and getting it to look smooth was an effort. And I think that's about as good as I got it. I put some hedges down there so it wasn't quite as obvious where the gap was, but it was really spiky at first, and then so I flattened it, and then it was really, really flat, so it took some effort. And right now I'm sort of testing some stuff out. And now we have jumped into the basement. I'm not entirely sure why. I don't remember, I didn't see me building the basement, but apparently here it is. Maybe my footage is out of order. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what that's about. But, okay, so we've jumped back up into the living room. I love the idea of, like, a bright white living room with, like, this massive couch and sitting area and stuff with lots of light. I'm obsessed with a lot of windows and a lot of sunlight. Like, when I look for a house, natural light will be way up on the list. And in the bathroom, I don't know what to talk about because I'm jumping around so much in the speed build. But I just went with, like, the natural light look for the living room. And here I am actually doing this sort of like that postcard script, like Paris, London kind of scripty stuff in the bedroom, because I started downloading custom content for that, and I actually redid my bedroom in real life recently to look something like that. I can't do the walls because we're currently renting, but we redid all the decor and stuff like that, and I'm obsessed with it. So I did that, and then I wanted a walk-in wardrobe, and I just wanted it to be kind of posh and fancy and really bright in there with a vanity, because I have a vanity now. I'm very, very lucky to have a vanity that a family member gave me. So I wanted that in there, and then like our own private bathroom. You go through the walk-in wardrobe and through the bathroom, and then I later put a sauna in. In the living room in my current house, there are pictures everywhere. I am obsessed with pictures absolutely everywhere. So you'll find a bunch of framed pictures, and I actually went back in and added all of the Sims photos, like the selfies that we took at our Sim wedding, and put those up on this huge wall that extends way above the TV, because it's like a multi-level open plan kind of room. And then here I'm just trying to find stuff to put on the walls. The basement is actually just supposed to be like a gaming hangout area with my office, like my study for writing books, and then I actually put this really awesome recording room just outside that, and then a funky, sort of just cool, geeky, I don't know, it's just a funky little bathroom down there, so there's one on that level. And yeah, I just really wanted to play with like open floor plans and, you know, big sort of spirally staircases. And here I'm sort of going over, oh my gosh, it's moving so fast. It is moving so fast. I might need to slow that down. Here I'm building an art studio. I wanted like a workspace for every one of my passions. So I have a recording studio, I have an art studio in the backyard, which turned out amazing. I love it so much. And the recording studio turned out phenomenal too. I even added my own little green screen because the in-game green screen from Get Famous was way too big, and if you size it down, it just doesn't work. It doesn't look good. It glitches out really hard. So I made my own. There's my study, really briefly. Back to here. I think it was grabbing stuff to put in here, and then I'd see something like, oh, that'd go really good somewhere else, and so I'd jump back to the basement or whatever. But yeah, there's a bunch of like different crafty stuff. Here's the recording studio. Here's the art studio. But yeah, I put a bunch of like artwork, canvases, the candle making mod table in there, the woodworking table, obviously an easel, clay, and a bunch of sculptures and stuff. I'm nowhere near that talented in real life, but I do love doing art projects and stuff. And I do have a little talent. I won some awards in high school. But I just loved the idea of being surrounded by all of this paint and sculptures and stuff. God, I love the lights in this game. And then the basement, I said, it's just like a gaming area with a bar and just every activity I could think of. I think there's like an arcade game down there. There's a dartboard. And here I'm building all of these empty rooms for like later stuff. Like if I ever want to add bedrooms down there and stuff, that's available. Sorry about the blue screen, like the home screen in the back, guys. I thought I cut all of those out, but now my voiceover is going to be the exact length of this video as it is now, so it's going to be super hard to go back in and change it. So here I'm playing with the hot tub going under that walkway that I built earlier with the glass roof, but it's not going to stay there because I love the idea of having a pavilion over, see I did it there, but because of the wall height, it glitches through the floor of the walkway above, so I end up moving that later and sticking a fountain underneath. I wasn't really sure what to do with that space for a while. I thought about like a little garden, but I really liked that you could see like the pavement and stuff underneath, and I didn't want to like push that back, so I went with a fountain. Just doing this really cool, like I have a diving thing out there, and a fire pit, and a grill, and then that little island. And it turned out amazing. It turned out gorgeous. And then there's the garage with some clutter and stuff in it. And then I did a little bit of work in that tower that I was talking about earlier, the turret. I actually made that into a bedroom for Dason in the future when our Sims move in. And it sort of gave it its own feel. The idea originally was that it was like castle themed with like stone walls and stuff, but then I also figured she just feels to me like she's going to be tomboyish, and like I had this Pokemon CC, so I stuck a bunch of like Pokemon toys in there, and just some tomboyish stuff like dragon toys and like pictures of places she wants to visit when she grows up. And just really gave it its own little feel. I think that's just about it. The kitchen I didn't talk too much about, but I did it really similarly to how it was in the old Dream House build with all the turquoise and stuff, the turquoise and teal and the coffee stuff. And I hope you guys liked this video. I think that's about it. I'm gonna go to screenshots of the finished build in a minute. So like this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!